Long, long ago, in the warm and golden land of Njelica, there lived a wise and gentle king named Obina. He ruled with a firm but loving heart. His queen, Lolo Adana, was known far and wide for her kindness and beauty. Together, they had everything a royal couple could wish for: peaceful lands, loyal subjects, and great wealth. But their hearts were heavy. They had no child. Every day, Queen Adana would sit by the palace window and look at the sky. "Oh great sun," she would whisper, "send us a child to love and raise." She and the king made many offerings to the gods. They danced in the sacred grove, visited ancient healers, and lit candles under the moon. Still, no child came. Then one morning, just as the first rays of the planting season sun touched the red soil, something magical happened. A beam of golden light entered the queen's room. It was warm, soft, and brighter than any sunrise before. A gentle voice spoke from the light. "You have waited with faith and love. You shall be given a daughter, a gift from the sun itself." And just like that, the light faded. The queen felt something stir in her heart. Months later, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Her skin shimmered like polished gold. Her cheeks were rosy, and when she opened her eyes for the first time, the room brightened as if the sun had entered. They named her Ziora, meaning, "the sun has answered." From the moment she was born, the kingdom changed. Flowers bloomed faster. The rivers flowed sweeter. People smiled more. Birds flew closer to the palace to hear her laugh. And laugh she did. Her giggles made butterflies dance. Her smile warmed even the coldest hearts. She became known as the Sunlight Princess. But Ziora was no ordinary child. She glowed literally. During the day, her skin gave off a soft, golden light. When she walked into a room, darkness disappeared. Crops grew taller in fields she passed. Sick people felt better just by holding her hand. However, the sun also gave her strength. As the sun set, Ziora's glow would fade. She would grow sleepy and weak. By nightfall, she could barely speak or stand. Her parents soon learned that Ziora could only thrive in the light of the sun. She must rest before dusk, the palace healer warned. Her spirit is tied to the sunlight. So the Sunlight Princess lived a life full of joy, but only during the day. Far across the lands, beyond the tall mountains and thick forest, was a land known as Okonkan. It was a land of shadows, where no sunlight ever touched. In this dark place lived a prince named Dogo. His skin was as pale as moonlight, and his heart as cold as stone. Dogo was powerful in the night. He ruled the shadows and spoke to dark things. But he had no light. And when he heard stories of a princess made of sunshine, a spark of greed lit inside him. "If I marry her," he thought, "her light will be mine. I will become ruler of both day and night." So Prince Dogo dressed in fine robes and covered his true form with magic. He traveled to Njelica, pretending to be a peaceful trader from far away. He brought spices and rare stones. He spoke sweetly and bowed to the king. When he first saw Ziora, even he was stunned. She was more radiant than the stories had said. But Ziora felt uneasy. His smile was polite, but his shadow, it didn't move like others. It flickered. It called. It whispered. "Something is wrong with this man," she told her mother. "I feel cold when he is near." Still, Dogo returned again and again, bringing rare gifts and saying kind words. The people of the kingdom liked him. They began to whisper, "Maybe he is the one meant for the princess." Then, one evening, just before the sun dipped below the hills, Dogo came with a special gift, a dark stone anklet. "It will protect you," he said softly. "It will help you stay strong, even at night." Ziora hesitated, but the people were watching, and her parents smiled at the gift. She slipped it onto her ankle. The moment it touched her skin, her glow flickered. Her knees wobbled. Her voice fell to a whisper. Dogo's smile twisted. As the sun disappeared, so did he, taking Ziora with him in a whirlwind of black mist. The kingdom fell into silence. The next morning, the sun did not rise. Clouds covered the sky. The trees drooped. The rivers turned still. Fear spread. The Sunlight Princess is gone, the people wept. And with her the light. In a quiet village at the edge of the kingdom lived a boy named Obina. He was a goat herder. He had no riches, no power, and no family, just a warm heart and a deep love for the land. That night, Obina had a dream. A great glowing figure appeared and said, "You must find the princess. Only a heart full of kindness can walk into the darkness and return with light." So Obina packed his small bag, kissed his goats goodbye, and began walking. He walked for days through forests where the trees whispered, across rivers with slippery stones, and over hills where the wind sang in strange tongues. In his journey, he met 3 magical beings. First, an old owl with one glowing eye who gave him a feather that shone in darkness. Then, a blind lion, forgotten and hungry, who gave him a sharp tooth that could break any spell. Lastly, a weeping river spirit, whose tears could heal what had been lost. Each one said, "Your heart is pure. Take this and go in peace." Finally, Obina reached Okonkan. The sky was black. The air smelled like ashes. Even the wind dared not blow. In the middle stood Dogo's dark palace, tall and silent like a grave. Inside, Princess Ziora lay in a glass tower. Her skin was pale. Her light, almost gone. Chains of shadow held her to the floor. Obina crept in. He lit the glowing feather. The darkness hissed. Dogo appeared from the shadows, his eyes red, his voice sharp like a knife. "You think you can stop me, goat boy?" Obina said nothing. He pulled out the lion's tooth and shattered the chains. Dogo screamed and flew at him like smoke. They fought. Light against shadow. Obina was brave, but the darkness was strong. He fell to his knees. Then he remembered the river spirit's gift. He opened the bottle and poured the tear onto Ziora's heart. "Wake up," he whispered. "We need your light." Ziora's eyes opened. Her heart glowed. Then boom! A wave of golden light burst from her. The walls cracked. The shadows fled. Dogo screamed and vanished into a puff of ash. Ziora stood tall. Her light brighter than ever. Together, she and Obina walked out of the palace. As they crossed into Njelica, the clouds broke. The sun returned. Flowers opened. Birds sang. The rivers danced once more. The kingdom rejoiced. King Oba wept with joy as he held his daughter close. Queen Adana sang a song of thanks. And Obina, the goat boy, was no longer alone. He was named the guardian of the Sunlight Princess. Ziora ruled with wisdom and warmth. And from that day forward, no darkness ever dared come near the kingdom of Njelica again. Moral of the story: even the smallest light can defeat the deepest darkness. And even the simplest heart can carry the brightest hope.